Hello guys and welcome back to my channel for yet another episode of Hood Gaming's Tactic Tester. Last week we crowned a new champion at the top of our leaderboard. Will this week's creator manage to topple him? Who knows? We will only be able to find out once we have put this tactic through the test. So without any further ado, let's get into the rules and also remind you guys of our current leaderboard. So guys, just starting you off with a quick reminder of the rules. All tactics must have a proven record of success or achievement to be tested in this series. All tactics will use the same team and fixtures for the test. No transfers will be allowed to be made in either transfer window by the team. Tactics will be loaded in and the whole season will be simulated in one sitting, and all points, wins, goals scored and win percentage will be collected and displayed to find the best tactic out there. So guys, as I mentioned in the introduction last week, we do have a new leader. Mike Brittle is sat at the top of the leaderboard with his 4-2-3-1, which managed to win an impressive 2 trophies with Arsenal. He managed to win the Premier League for the first time in this series. 88 total points, 168 goals scored, 52 goals conceded, a really good goals per game of 2.58 and a very impressive win ratio of 73.85%, which is absolutely staggering for just a plug and play tactic. So let's get into it today and find out who today's creator is. So then guys, we are back at the faithful Arsenal screen at the start of the season for this tactic tester, and today I have to introduce you guys to Luke, or LSPlays, massive on YouTube, doing really well over on Twitch as well with his save with Norwich, which is where this tactic has come from, I believe. It's either that or his offline Atalanta save, where he's doing a Glory Hunter series. So if you've not heard of Luke or you've not seen his channel or anything like that, I'm going to leave all his links in the description, so make sure you go and check him out. Go over, give him a sub on YouTube, go over and follow him on Twitch. You won't be disappointed with the content that he is putting out, I can assure you. So let's get into his tactic. As you can see, it's a very narrow diamond, as this LSPlays FM's narrow diamond 4-1-2-1-2. So he's got a sweeper keeper, as is sort of tradition at this point. Then wing backs on support, 2 ball playing defenders, halfback, Carrillo. I can never say that correctly. I'm very interested to see who the game puts in that position. Mazzala on attacking, an attacking midfielder, a poacher and an advanced forward. So I don't know how well this will suit Arsenal, to be perfectly honest. I assume this role is going to be filled up with Mesut Ozil a lot. Obviously he's got some decent words, Steve, tactics and instructions here. There we go, there's the word finally. So it'll be interesting to see how this sort of tactic gets on. As is tradition with this series, guys, what we will do a quick pick, just so you guys can see who the game thinks would be the best people in those positions. So you've got Leno in goal, obviously, Bellerin holding, Gabriel and Tierney. This is basically the standard back 4 if you play a 4 at the back with Arsenal. Thomas Partey occupying that halfback role, very interesting. I think for me, oh god, I hate when this skin does this. For me, I think Thomas Partey is probably more better suited a little bit higher up the field. I think he's probably wasted at the halfback position. Despite being able to play there, I just think he's a little bit too well-rounded just to be a halfback. I know that sounds very weird. El Neni alongside Ceballos in those 2 midfield spots. It has put Mesut Ozil at the attacking midfielder, and then Aubameyang and Lacazette up top. So the notable names for me that miss out thus far, just off of this quick pick, it's going to be very interesting to get Pepe and Willian into the squad. So we're going to have to see how this does play. I mean, obviously Willian can play as an attacking midfielder in the centre and Pepe can play as a striker, so I'd imagine that's how they are going to fit into this formation, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just step away for a few seconds, simulate the season for the entire season, and we will come back and take a look at things at the end of the season. I'll see you in just a second, guys. So then guys, we are back at the end of the season, and the first thing I notice is obviously the league position, with Arsenal finishing in third with 78 points. Again, another fantastic year for Liverpool in this simulation, 97 points and plus 66 in terms of goal difference. However, Arsenal finishing in third is a very, very good result, guys. It will be Chelsea missing out of the European places, and by quite a distance as well. You'd like to say that they are comfortably top four, finishing above Manchester City as well. Also a very, very difficult thing to do. Initially looking at the player stats, you can see Lacazette top goal scorer, Aubameyang with the highest average rating, Mesut Ozil, instead of being sold to Fenerbahce, coming in with the most assists for the team with 16. Rob Holding, best pass completion, 9 man of the matches for Aubameyang is very impressive. 11 yellow cards for Thomas Partey, obviously in that halfback role. And they've also got 4 red cards in the season. David Luiz, Gabriel, Rob Holding and Granit Xhaka. It's not a season in the tactic tester with Arsenal without a Granit Xhaka and David Luiz red card, is it, guys? So I think just on the face of it, finishing in third is a good result. Obviously, as I'm about to record this, Arsenal have just lost 1-0 to Aston Villa, which sees them down in 10th in the Premier League table. So I think top 3 is a very, very good result, guys. If we go over to the competitions tab, let's see how we've got on here. So, runners-up in the Community Shield first of all. Runners-up also in the Carabao Cup. It'd be interesting to see who they lost to in the final of that one. Knocked out in the 4th round of the FA Cup by Manchester United. I don't understand what it is with Manchester United in Football Manager. They are just supremely good all the time. Knocked out in the 2nd knockout round of the Europa League by RB Salzburg, who I believe are a Champions League outfit. They didn't... What happened here? Champions Cup playoff. So they didn't go into the Champions League in the playoff, but they ended up in the Europa League at the group stages. Okay, interesting. So they are usually a Champions League side. So we will go and take a further look at that. Obviously, they've got Dominic Szoboszlai, big fan of him. So all in all, I don't think that's a very disappointing season. Finishing third, obviously they would expect better in terms of the Europa League, but I don't think it's too bad on the whole. Let's dive into the schedule and we can take a look at things and how they got on. So, lost the Community Shield early doors. Jordan Henderson, right? This is happening far too much in these simulations, right? Late goals are costing teams so much. So Mesut Ozil puts Arsenal ahead at Wembley before Fabinho equalises in the 87th minute, and then Jordan Henderson somehow manages to squeeze in the winner in the 93rd minute. Started the season not with a win against Sheffield United, actually the team that went down in bottom, before putting together 5 wins in on the spin, beating Wolves twice, Preston in the Carabao Cup as well. Wins in the Premier League against Fulham, Wolves and Leicester before losing to Leeds United. Seems like a very easy Europa League group. Arsenal, Karabag, Midtjylland and team from Hungary. Yeah, you'd like to think that they would go through pretty comfortably there, and they did, getting 16 points from their 6 games. However, this is a really nice run here. If you take it from this game against Midtjylland here in the Europa League, wins against Tottenham, 3-0 against Tottenham away from home is always a very nice one. I'm sure Mourinho loved that. Beating Villa, beating Brighton, beating Spurs again, Burnley, beating Nottingham Forest on penalties again. That's a good result. I actually think the 2 draws with Manchester City are great. 0-0 at home and then 2-2 away. Again, another late goal. I don't know what it is with this Football Manager at the moment. It just seems like they love the late goals. This is a bizarre game, though. Something I will draw on. 4-7 or 7-4 at St Mary's against Southampton. Just absolute carnage there. Walker Peters, Nathan Redmond with 2, Che Adams with 2, and James Ward-Prowse with 2. And Leno got a 6.8 as well. So something's gone wrong somewhere. It looks like these are all defensive mistakes. Lacazette with a hat-trick. Still not good enough, unfortunately. They also then managed to beat Leeds. Lacazette on the score sheet again. Back-to-back losses here against Everton and Manchester United. Pretty tough. 4-0 away at Everton is that is a lesson. Nice little run here again, though. Draw with Leicester, beat Fulham, beat Wolves, beat Manchester United, so they return the favour. Lost 2-0 at home to Manchester United, and then beat them at home again. Oh, so they lost in the 4th round of the FA Cup. Ah, okay, interesting. But beat them in the league, so that's the main one for me. I'd much rather beat them in the league, so let's change that to the vertical, see how the team's looking. So in this 4-0 against Manchester United, Aubameyang, Lacazette and Willian on the score sheet. Maitland-Niles at right back, Chambers, Gabriel, Tierney, Partey is the halfback, Elneny alongside Ceballos, Willian at cam, and then Aubameyang and Lacazette up top. It'd be interesting to see how Manchester United shaped up, pretty much as you would expect with a 4-2-3-1. But looking at things, much better XG, so obviously the chances that Arsenal created in this game were of a higher calibre. Okay, so moving forward, first Europa League knockout round, they took on Bayern Leverkusen, drawing 1-1 in the away leg before winning the home leg 3-1. They lost the Carabao Cup final to Manchester United. Harry Maguire, slabhead, turning up in the 88th minute. Look at all these games, right, that are really, really close. I just don't understand why, when you sim Football Manager, it all goes in favour of the opposition, not the team that you're simming for. It looks like these Europa League games against RB Salzburg are ones to forget. Dominic Szoboszlai, Karim Adeyemi with the 2 goals in the home leg, meaning Salzburg were in a very good position, 4-1 up. And then they won at the Emirates as well, winning that one 3-2, knocking them out of things there. Carabao Cup final, I did say they've lost there. Managing to beat Liverpool in the Premier League in this game is no mean feat whatsoever, so fair play there. Lost to Chelsea, drew with Burnley. Sort of finished the season pretty strongly, actually, is what I would say here. Wins against Newcastle, West Ham and Newcastle again. Liverpool returning the favour with the 3-0 at Anfield. Beating West Brom 5-0 despite having David Luiz sent off, is a solid result, I'd say. Losing to Villa before beating Everton, returning the favour, so balancing things out. Drawing with Chelsea, again, not too bad. And then losing 2-0 to Manchester United away at Old Trafford on the final day of the season. Probably isn't the worst. So if we dive into the squad, let's have a look and see what has happened in terms of who has played and where and what they've done. So in terms of appearances, you're looking at Leno at the top and then Lacazette and then Aubameyang. So it looks like the main hitters didn't really get injured this season. If we go towards the bottom, these are the players who haven't played a lot. So it looks like Nicolas Pepe hasn't actually played a lot. How many games has Pepe played then? Let's highlight him. Scroll across. Nicolas Pepe, 2 games as a starter and then only 8 as a substitute. So you'd imagine Nicolas Pepe has had some injuries. Bruised knee and a tight thigh. Just didn't fancy him in this formation, which is very, very interesting. So let's go back up to the top. So in terms of goals then, Lacazette on 38, Aubameyang on 35 is a very good result. Willian on 12 with 11 assists is very good. 16 assists coming from Mesut Ozil, 11 from Willian, and then 14 from Aubameyang as well. Looks like Aubameyang was putting up good assist numbers for Alexander Lacazette in this instance. So very, very good there. In terms of games missed in a row, how are we looking? Who's not played football? Socrates hasn't. Mustafi hasn't. Keeper. Who else hasn't? Is that Cedric? Reece Nelson. Yeah, Cedric, Reece Nelson. Murray, Eddie Nketiah didn't get many minutes. Saka. Interesting to see. Obviously, this is a narrow formation, so you will have the wide players who don't get a lot of minutes. That is just going to be the way things go. But I think all in all, this is a very, very solid shape. Let's take a look at the team report and take a look at some of the analyst reports so we can take a look and see how they've got on compared to the rest of the Premier League. So if we go in here, very much up in terms of goals per game. It's a very, very decent goals per game return. Very high in terms of shots per game as well, and expected goals per game. All doing very, very well. So it's a very, very good attacking formation then, guys. In terms of scoring, let's take a look at their attacking efficiency. and we are sort of around the 14% marking conversion rate, but as I said, very high in terms of shots per game, only beaten by Manchester United and Liverpool. So we move into conceded. Let's take a look at their defensive efficiency. So they didn't really, their opposition conversion rate is really good, just above 10%, but they were actually facing a decent amount of shots. I'd say that's almost 11, 12 is actually a decent amount of shots. Just not really conceding, which is very good, very surprising for Arsenal. If we go into the formations, obviously this is what you can see. It's listed as a 4-4-2 diamond narrow. I definitely see it as a 4-1-2-1-2. Clear-cut chances for and against plus 63. So it is a very good chance creating formation. What formations has it worked very well against? 4-2-3-1 wide. Very interesting. Is there anything that it hasn't worked very well? Worked very well against a 4-3-3. Worked pretty well against the standard flat 4-4-2 as well. Against a 4-2-3-1, which is what a lot of teams play in this in Football Manager and in World Football at the moment. Plus 17 clear-cut chances for and against, which is very good. Did not have a good time against 4-4-2 with 2 DMs. Probably struggled to break that down. -7 clear-cut chances for and against. So very interesting to see how they've got on against that particular shape. I'll have to mention that to Luke to see if that is a shape that he struggles against in his saves. So that is the review of the season. Let me get my calculator out. We will go into the leaderboard now, and I'll show you where Luke's tactic lands on our leaderboard. So then guys, here you have our tactic tester leaderboard, and Luke has sort of landed pretty much in the middle. I will say, unfortunately, I've had to take some creators off the bottom of this list due to the sheer number of people that have now participated in this series. So his 4-1-2-1-2, he didn't win any trophies. He was runner-up on 2 occasions in the Carabao Cup and the Community Shield. However, he did finish 3rd in the league, which is, you know, when you finish 3rd in the Premier League, you think you're going to do better than this in terms of a win percentage. If we look at things, total points 78, again, that would put him above 3 of the other creators above him in the table. In terms of goals scored, again, doing pretty well, 128 goals scored, but their major issue was goals conceded, and I'm honestly going to put this down to the Arsenal defence not being up to it. As I said, as I'm recording this, Arsenal have just lost to Aston Villa. So, it kind of is very apparent that Arsenal are a tricky team to manage in Football Manager this year. 2.28 goals per game is pretty good, sees him up there with some of the better ones in this tactic tester thus far, but he does leave the series with a 62.50 win percentage. So then guys, that is it for another episode of the Tactic Tester. We have had another tactic tested and put to the test. I will say with all these tactics though, if you are managing the team yourself on a game-to-game basis, you will see better results than you have here. Luke's tactic is very good. I've seen him use it on stream. He's doing exceptionally well with Norwich, so definitely make sure you go over and check him out. Remember, his links are in the description. If you think you can be the new champion, be at the top of our leaderboard, don't forget to let me know in the comments or on social media. I will be looking for people to take on the tactic tester gauntlet as quickly as humanly possible, but that is where I'm going to leave things for now, guys. So if you have enjoyed it, have found this useful, find something different, a different shape out there that you can try yourself, don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe for daily Football Manager content. I'll be back at the same time next weekend with another episode of the Tactic Tester. Hopefully, I'll catch you guys there.